Hey there, beautiful people. It's Davina, the relationship guru. And this week we have a continuation email. So a few weeks ago, I got an email from Sylvia, who is in an awkward situation. So last week I answered some of Sylvia's questions in part 1. So this is part 2 of answering more of Sylvia's questions. So let's get right to it. So as a reminder, I'll just kind of recap the first part. So the first week I answered some questions that she had. So Sylvia was in a relationship about 20 years ago that ended a little bitter. However, fast forward now to her current life. She is married with children, and as a matter of fact, she has completed her degrees, and so on and so forth. So now she's finding out that her old boyfriend from 20 years ago is going to be her new boss. So I wanted to take more time and answer this in 2 parts so that I could give my best advice. So Sylvia wants to know in part 2 of her questions, or part 2 of this questions that she emailed me, is should she tell her HR department at work? Should she tell her coworkers? And lastly, should she tell her husband? So hey Sylvia, thank you so much for trusting my advice here. I will do my best. Before telling anyone, I would do 2 things. Number 1, wait and see how your old boyfriend, new boss, is going to treat you. He may have moved on with his life also, and it may not even be an issue at all. So give it some time, give him some time to settle in and see how things are going to go. I would give him plenty of time, I'd say at least a couple of months, to see how he would adjust to things or how he is adjusting to things, and then take it from there. So number 2 is I would confidentially check and see what your HR policies are with romantic relationships, and if there is a statute of limitations for romantic relationships. So confidently, discreetly, maybe even anonymously, check with your HR department to see if there's any type of stipulations there. However, once you determine the energy and the vibe that your ex is giving off and how he is planning on supervising you, you will know what your next steps should be. Along with this, at this point, I would not tell anyone. I would not inform my coworkers. First of all, don't panic. No one will know unless you let them on to your past relationship. You will have plenty of time to evaluate this. So take your time and contemplate it and consider all angles before telling your coworkers, HR, or your husband. Now, telling your husband may be a little bit more tricky because you know your husband best. I don't. My advice here is to feel him out first. See how he's feeling. Maybe pretend like it's happening to somebody else and to see, what his response would be, and feel out the timing as well. Make sure you're having it as a casual conversation as possible and just kind of see. So I do believe in honesty and transparency in marriage and in relationships where you cohabitate. So when or if you decide to tell him, pay attention to your timing and make sure it's a good time and it is a casual time. So timing is so important. Timing is everything. Also, equally important is confirming your love and care and commitment to your marriage or your relationship. So that is important too. Never forget to tell your significant other how much you care and adore them, because these types of things could come up and could really, really rock any relationship. So be confirming and affirming on that. Above all else, and most importantly, keep the energy light at home so you can handle this situation both at work and at home. Again, don't panic. Don't feel uncomfortable about it. Feel everything out first before you make any further decisions. Well, Sylvia, I hope that this helps with answering your additional questions. So now to you, my listeners, do you have a burning question that you would like to get feedback on, or you really want my advice on a situation or my open-minded perspective on a situation you are facing? If so, every week I will choose a question from my email and answer the question here on Ask the Guru on Tuesdays. So these are real life questions from real life people. These are not things that I am making up. So I have to say my disclaimer. Let me say that I am not a licensed therapist or a licensed counselor, not a psychologist or psychiatrist. The answers I give here are just my opinion, my advice, and my perspective. However, I am a certified life coach. I am a certified relationship coach. So I am always accepting 1 to 2 new clients. So I just got a new client. I'm so super excited about it. So if you would like a free consultation, please contact me through my website for a free 15-minute coaching call at therelationshipguru.org. Until next time, ciao for now.